It's a new day. DEY. It's a new episode of The Hopeless Fan. This is our version of an emergency pod, is what some people call it. You guys will probably hear it in a month from now when Zack finally puts it up. But it is Tuesday, March 8th, and the Broncos have made an historic trade.
Okay, so some might say that, yes, it's Tuesday, March 8th, 2022.
Overbid.
AC or ACE, whichever one you do. But you could say that it's Tuesday, March 8th of the year 0 ARW after Russell Wilson.
Well, life doesn't start. Yeah, right. Life doesn't really start now until Russell Wilson got
so it is.
I was going to arrest you for how stupid
you guys are witnessing the
sounding,
first hour of humanity.
Yeah, this is like, you know how they had before Christ and after when he's born, like bang, right there. Now we're like before
RW.
So Scotty, you got the news late. So let me set the scene. You tell your side. Okay, you ready? All right. So today, it's like Aaron Rodgers it's announced that Aaron Rodgers has re-signed with the Packers. He's returning for 4 years.
Was it like 11 or noon, something like that?
And like Scotty touches on it a little bit, and we chat back and forth for a second, and then
20% hopeful, he said.
Yeah, and then bang, I see Russ Wilson traded to Denver, and Scotty's kind of silent for like
130.
Did I put that number? Did I put that percentage?
For Aaron Rodgers, yeah, you were like 20% hopeful for Aaron Rodgers or something like that.
Oh, I was always, yeah. I was like, at most, I was ever only 20% hopeful that we'd get Rodgers, right?
It was funny too because
keep going, Shelby.
I saw the Rodgers news before I jumped in the group chat.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even on my phone at all. But I saw the Rodgers news and I thought, I bet Scotty's going to tweet something big about this. And then it was like Scotty broke down his quarterback tiers of what he wants in Denver, and that's what I responded to. I was just like, Scotty had this big long ass tweet, but there was no like worst case scenario in it. And I was like, well, I want to know what would.
Yes, there was.
I said I want to know what would piss you off.
Sticking with Drew Lock.
No, like they're.
Yeah, just running it back with Drew Lock.
Yeah, but they weren't going to do that though. He wouldn't have played last year if Teddy didn't get hurt against the Bengals.
Right.
Here's the thing. If we went back with Drew Lock and just had a quarterback competition, that would have pissed me off. That's worst case scenario. If we drafted if we traded for, I don't know, Mariota, that's worst case scenario. It's like, oh great, fucking Mariota. If we traded for Gardner Minshew, that would have pissed me off. If we traded for fucking Jimmy G, I kind of.
What about Jameis Winston?
But if we traded for Winston, I kind of like Winston. If we signed like Jameis Winston, there would be a Jameis Winston crowd and there would be a fucking Drew Lock crowd.
Yeah.
That anything that splits up these can we just have a consensus
civil rights
franchise goddamn quarterback?
I know, but that's what I was trying to get out of you in that tweet. Was your tiers were best case scenario, makes you most excited, less than exciting trades, and then your Drew Lock example. And I was like, well, Drew Lock's not going to happen. So I was like,
well, what do you like? Here's the thing: like, there's nothing that the Broncos were going to do. This is how far deep in the fucking ground I was. There's nothing that the Broncos were going to do that you can't, or any team who doesn't have a quarterback, that you can't like get behind. Because I mean, what are you going to do? What are us as fans going to do about that?
I know. So, I just wanted to know what quarterbacks
worst case scenario is just like not preferred.
Yeah, I just wanted to know which quarterbacks were like going to piss
Minshew.
You off. Okay, because he was in the less than exciting. He was with Jimmy G and Wentz.
Lock, Bridgewater.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So less than exciting.
All right, we don't have to worry about that because we're back on track.
Jimmy G.
So the news breaks. We're
on Russell Wilson, baby.
And Scotty, you were kind of, I don't know where you were at when the news broke, but it took about a half hour for you to jump in because our fantasy football had a group chat, and then our separate, the Hopeless Fans group chat popped off a second. Fantasy football chat popping off. Twitter was going nuts, and kind of explain where you were and why it took you so long to kind of jump back in.
So I was helping a coworker with a Facebook ad thing, and as soon as I scoot over to the desk to help out, I like look at my computer and I get a message from a coworker of mine, and I'm just like, oh fuck this guy! Like I thought like he's like gonna put more work on me, or like had a question about a client, or so. I just thought it was gonna be more work. So I was just like, took my time to get back to my computer while I helped another coworker, or I didn't worry about it. So once I finally got to my computer, I looked at my phone and I see like text messages, and I don't even think the Russell thing was the first thing I saw, because I saw the latest notification, which was Scotty wanted Rodgers. And I was just like, I thought it was just like someone commenting on the news that broke obviously like 30 to 40, 50, whatever minutes before the Russell Wilson news broke. I was just going to chime in and be like, I actually don't really want Rodgers. It's like, or I never really, not that I don't want Rodgers. I was going to say.
You didn't expect it.
I was never expecting to get Rodgers, so that's like untrue. It is what when Aaron Rodgers announced that shit today, I felt like no feeling. It was like nothing, because I really never expected it. But then I saw like the text, and no fuck, or like the screenshot of Russell Wilson being traded. Like it was like, you know how on Apple when you scroll down you kind of see the notifications. Like the ESPN notifications with the picture and the headline. I was like, oh, did this? Whoever sent it, I don't have any of their numbers saved because fuck all of them. But I thought that they just got trolled. Like it was like almost like a non-verified Twitter user tweeted out that Russell Wilson was traded, and I was like, there's no way that's real. And then I got to Twitter, and obviously I fucking broke down and fell onto the floor, and like everyone in my office was like, holy fucking shit, and everyone in my office is like, dude,
did you actually fall on the ground?
I got to my knees, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I got to my knees, and I just like kind of stared at my computer in disbelief at the Adam Schefter tweet, and I made sure I read it. Like it didn't seem real, because it's like, to me, it's like, dude, the Broncos have been looking for a franchise quarterback. If you have to exclude the Peyton Manning years, because that was just like a glimpse of what a franchise quarterback and what some of these teams who have franchise quarterbacks never have to worry about. You have to go back since Elway retired to know how long the Broncos have truly been looking for a franchise quarterback. Now, we almost had it with Cutler, but before that, besides that, you have to be looking like, you have to, like, to me, this is the reason I didn't think the Packers would trade away Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck are the Seahawks? I can't believe the Seahawks traded away Russell Wilson, especially to us.
I think you have to look at it this way. It must have been the best offer that they were getting. It must have been.
Reports have come out that Washington actually offered them more, significantly more, but the Seahawks wanted to trade Russell Wilson out of the NFC.
Yeah,
and there was just a report yesterday or within the last couple of days that literally at the combine, the GM and the head coach said, we're not shopping the quarterback. But for this deal to have taken place, and this is what also other insiders have said, this has had to have been going on for the last 2 weeks.
Well, you also have to consider, they have to find, if they're going to get something for him, he has to waive his no trade clause. So I'd imagine that they want him to trade out of the NFC, sure, but also, do you think he would? I don't think the only bright spot of him saying yes, you can trade me to Washington, is that it's got a young defense and they got a good running back and one good receiver, but the offensive line is questionable and he's getting older. Okay, and then you also think the other only bright shining thing there is that you get to play against the Giants and the Eagles, which is nice, but there's always the Cowboys there, and you don't know what's going to go on there. So I think that while Denver, yes, you have to play, that's a stacked division. It's a very hard division, but also you have to consider just how the Broncos are just so much more ready-made with a fantastic defense.
The Broncos have the core.
A plethora of weapons.
The Broncos have the core.
Yeah,
the Broncos have the core in place that the Seahawks can't afford to add anymore because of Russell Wilson's contract and Pete Carroll's like old style play, like coaching style. I don't know. You don't get rid of a franchise quarterback. To me, I mean, you can't fucking get rid of it.
If if he's given you in private conversations, I'm not going to re-sign with you, and you know that's a fact, might as well get, two first rounders for him.
We got to the part of shitting on Russ.
No.
Can we?
Although I do want to address one thing that you said, Scotty. One more thing that you said before Shelby gets into it is that you said it's a franchise
Shelby just
quarterback.
doesn't like when I'm happy.
But you didn't say that Peyton Manning was a franchise quarterback, and I'm assuming that was because of his age, right? Russell Wilson's been in the league for 10 years. I don't really know how many more years he's got either.
11 years.
Well, he said he wants to play into his
2012,
40s.
22,
So, I mean,
2012,
eight to
sorry.
10 years will be well worth anything. 8 to 10 years.
I don't think he's
is
going to
what I
make
want.
it to. I don't think he's going to make it to his 40s.
Yeah,
though.
but who knows?
I'd be shocked if he played past 36.
Because I saw that tweet where someone was like, Aaron Rodgers was 2 to 3 years.
Aaron Rodgers is 39
Just his
years old.
health. I know, but that's Aaron. That's not a mobile
Before
quarterback.
this past year, but Aaron Rodgers has missed seasons due to injury. Many games for many seasons. Aaron Rodgers has missed because of
but
injuries.
he's just
Russell Wilson
not
hadn't missed a
put
game
into
until
that.
he got injured this year.
Right, and and you can.
And he came
but
back
you
early.
can't. Right, but you can't deny the fact that just the mobile quarterbacks don't play until they haven't played.
I would
until
argue that he's not even a mobile quarterback. I mean, he is,
But he is though. You can't say that he isn't. If you did, you'd be laughed off of the conversation.
Like, yeah, he can use his legs and he's mobile in that way and he can move around in the pocket, but he's not gonna. But he doesn't look to run. Like, he's not Kyler Murray or like Lamar Jackson kind of
You
mobile.
could say he was when he was younger.
I still wouldn't say that. He's always been a pocket quarterback.
Had to evolve,
even in college.
No, well, I guess I would say agree to disagree, but you're wrong, so I can't really do that.
He had a down year last year, and his stats for a down year are 25 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
Yeah. But I don't change the subject. But I would say that if Stephen A can keep a job by saying that Dwayne Haskins was a mobile quarterback, then I guess you can make that claim that Russell Wilson is not.
Which one of you said today in the chat that Aaron Rodgers is going to get hurt this year?
That was me.
Oh, I liked that.
He's just kind of due.
Yeah, I like that.
But I was also kind of worried about. I'm worried about Russell Wilson getting hurt. I was worried about that if Aaron Rodgers, because he's like old. He's like one hit, and the Broncos line isn't great. Like one hit, he's out, and you gave up all these assets to get.
Right,
Aaron
but he's going to
Rodgers.
play until he's 46.
Well, I mean,
No,
Aaron Rodgers broke
just-
his collarbone before, and like, what if that happens again?
Oh my God, NK, you just hit a 3 to go, 71-7. Don't check.
I have a future on them to win the Horizon League tournament.
Okay, don't check because
Okay.
I'm on a stream behind. All right,
Okay.
stay for the lead. Got it. 10 seconds left. All right.
Damn.
My whole thing. Time out on KU, but your phone's gonna be ahead of me.
Okay, I won't
Zach's
I'm
gotta
going to
spoil
say
shit.
a word to you.
Yeah, who
Jesus.
knows when Russell Wilson's gonna like hang it up though, because you just never know.
He said he wants to
'cause
play
I saw
into
that
his
tweet.
40s.
Yeah, okay. It's like Tom Brady said what that he wanted, like he might still come
45.
I
back.
think everybody wants to play in
Yeah.
their 40s.
Tom Brady said
Everyone wants to
45.
play
He was
with
1 year away though.
What if Russell Wilson wins? Gets hurt or something. You just never know. That's what I'm saying. Is
Right.
that they can say one thing 9 years from now for 9 years down the road and then change later. But yeah, I just saw that tweet from that Mason guy or whatever. Said like Aaron Rodgers was for 2 to 3 years, Russell Wilson was for 8 to 10. And I was like, you don't know.
Right.
I would like if Vegas set the line, how many seasons has Russell Wilson played with the Broncos?
I mean, obviously,
Three
no
and a-
one
three
knows,
and a half?
but
No,
that's
if
the
he-
hope.
if
Like
someone
that's
put
the
8 and
hope
a
you
half-
go into it.
Yeah, but if someone put
Okay.
8.5, that under would be bet. So
Okay, but you're not taking it into consideration. Like, if you get Aaron Rodgers at 39 years old, and you think that he's going to play 3 to 4 more years, or maybe even 2 to 3 more years, then if you get Russell Wilson, you add 6 years of that because he's 6 years younger. So like that's the natural way of thinking about it. Like
Yeah.
it's like
No, I get
obviously
it.
Aaron Rodgers could get hurt day one,
right.
and it would
No,
make everything.
I get what you're saying. I know you're pumped, and that's good. That's gonna be just a drag out division, man.
I'm just
how
happy to be
often
excited to
does
watch Broncos again.
Right, but you get Russell Wilson, you're still not favored to win the division because the Chiefs
Right.
are so good. And like the
Yeah,
Chargers,
I know.
I kind of, God, I hate the Chargers so much. I would like if Herbert was on like the Lions
Or
I
Vegas.
I would love the
Or even Vegas.
Yeah, I would love the Lions.
Yeah.
or Vegas or whoever he was.
The
on.
Eagles.
I'm trying to think of an NFC
Yeah,
team.
the Eagles. I would love them on the
Yeah.
Giants.
Yeah, like I would love watching Herbert if that was the case.
Yeah.
I just hate that he's in that division.
Yeah, true.
I just think that I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think
I
the
hedged
Chiefs.
my
The Chiefs are
future.
getting rid of their
Glad I did.
defensive leader in Tyrann Mathieu, is what everyone says. They can't really afford anyone.
Right.
I mean, they looked out with that fucking offensive lineman in the draft.
Tag on Orlando Brown, and then that young guy. You know.
All right, let's get into some upbeat convo. Okay,
Yeah. I'm marking it now.
Our Evan Neal bets are fucked.
Yeah, I'm marking it now.
No, they're not. Why?
Because the Jaguar. What are you marking?
Oh, I was just saying, I'm marking my certified Cinderella. The one that I'm backing the whole way is the Bryant Bulldogs.
Because they're going off one night. So
wait, before we move on,
I've been talking about these guys for a couple weeks.
That's right. You are on Bryant. What'd you say?
And I'm a big time guy, and a big time Peter Kiss guy. He's got 32 points right now.
Peter Kiss.
I've never heard of any of these people.
Blowjob.
How?
All right.
Who won the trade?
I know you don't hear about them until Cinderella. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Who won the trade? How do you know? How can we know?
I mean, if you told me yesterday, Scotty, give up 3 first-round picks in the next 3 years for Russell Wilson, I would have done it in a heartbeat.
No, I agree with you.
I can't believe it.
I think Denver didn't give up too much to get the quarterback situation solved.
No. Okay, that's all.
Yeah, I would agree. First round picks are nice, but while they're first round picks, but once you put a name to them, can you trust Seattle to develop them?
Right. They probably take what Malik Willis at 9 now that they have the Broncos pick, and unless someone moves in ahead of them, and even then I have a future bet on Malik Willis to be the first quarterback taken. So there we go, bitch. At plus money.
Well, someone might go top 8. Okay, but Scotty, I want to be like the Russell Wilson guy that was like he hasn't won anything since like the defense carried him, but I'll save that for later because Denver has that defense. But Scotty, you love the draft day. You love draft day so much. Does this kind of ruin it?
Yeah. I mean, for round 1, it doesn't like. I'm glad we took Surtain now, and forever I'll have that moment where I was just like so defeated when we passed on Fields for Surtain, just to be like, get the quarterback that I've always wanted in Denver.
Yeah.
And now I just kind of get to sit back like. You guys have your franchise quarterbacks. You guys got Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Those are for the foreseeable future. Those are franchise guys. So like your draft day is less interesting because it's like, okay, well, what like defensive tackle are we rumored to get, or what linebacker, or corner or whatever. Like those are less exciting than potentially getting the future of your franchise. Literally the spokesman of your franchise, the most exciting position in sports. Yeah, it ruins it a little bit, but in a way, it's more relaxing. I still am excited for it. I'm excited to see, because I followed all these prospects this year anyway, so I'm excited to see where all the quarterbacks go and laugh at ones I think are.
Zach, who are you leaning on for the Ravens now? Who your best case we know, but who are you looking for? And then also if you want to tell about how you're really good at betting 40 times.
Obviously Sauce Gardner's the dream, but he's going to be gone by 14. So you'd have to move up if you really want to get him, and obviously,
might not be. Just because of his combine, you think?
And obviously, I think the realistic hope there would be. Well, I was in the middle of talking, I wasn't done. So Stingley. You want me to keep going?
Interrupted me to say
keep
that.
going.
Go ahead.
Okay, Stingley would be who I would want right there, or a trade out. Okay, a trade back.
Because you put the odds on trading back at minus 150 today on Twitter.
Right. And that's the assumption that there's no way after that combine that Sauce is going to be there. So I would bet on them trading out, because that's just sounds like more like what I think DaCosta would do. And then after the trade back, I would hope we would go maybe into 20 or right in there where we could get Penning. But I don't want to take Penning at 14 because that's a reach in my opinion at 14.
Yeah.
Or if they totally fucked us and took Linderbaum at 14, I'd be really upset, because that guy's going to be there 28 or 29 in my opinion. But again, I'm no expert. That's just my thought on him.
Stingley's going to go higher than Sauce, by the way, Zach.
That's
all right.
That's what I would predict.
Then a trade out would be what I want, which is what I think is going to happen. So, and then betting on every single game. I'm just hoping that I got my stinkers out of the way because it was a rough weekend.
But it wasn't with betting 40s against me, even though we didn't do it for money.
Oh, betting 40s. I thought you meant like betting 40 games.
No, you're going to bet 64 games.
That's true. I am betting 64 games.
But Fridays, I met Zack for a drink in Lebanon.
Oh, 40. Oh, yeah, the 40 times.
we were at the bar, and the only thing on at the time was the NFL Combine, which was awful.
Yeah.
And so we started betting on 40 times, and I think Zack won 8 in a row until I won one, and then I retired.
Yeah. It was something crazy where it's like we were just basically betting like what it was going to be, and then closest. But every time Shelby would just go over me or under me, and I would be under it or the opposite side of it. And he's like not even close.
It was nuts. So, all right, our Evan Neal bets are fucked because the Jaguars, in the midst of all this madness, tagged Cam Robinson, offensive lineman, and now Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan went from plus 600 to be the number 1 overall pick to minus 150, 200 in some spots today. That's why I said that. Evan Neal's back to around plus 450 to 500.
Ooh, fuck.
Number 1 pick. Yeah.
You're lying.
I'm not. I mean, it's understandable.
Why can't they take 2 tackles?
They could, but now it just seems more unlikely because Cam Robinson's not going to be a free agent.
Does that mean they're going to? Do you think this is more likely for them to trade out of this pick? Then look for a trade out. I mean, who else would be number 1 for Jacksonville?
Yeah,
I'm
with Scotty.
Pretty fucking like consensus number 2 though.
Yeah, I'm consensus. Or not consensus. I'm consistent with Scotty. Like, why don't you draft another tackle to protect Trevor Lawrence?
You need
draft
both
Neal.
sides, right?
But I'm biased,
right?
but it's like because the Lions don't have. I mean, are they going to draft another lineman after taking Sewell in the first round, and he's already a Hall of Famer?
Where can I bet that Sauce is a Raven?
They don't even have him. They don't even have Sewell at the right position. They don't even know what they're doing with him.
I bet
he's
Sauce
having that right tackle. I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That Lions fans have been screaming on TikTok this whole season, like trade Decker and move Sewell to left tackle because that's where he's gonna make a Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley gambled $1,500, lost about 11 mil.
My king.
Tough.
That's gonna be the worst
parlay
odds ever.
bets. Yeah. What do you guys think when that news broke? So you both had some retweets about it.
Yeah, it was nice to bridge the gap because that Monday before that Tuesday where things like what happened today happened.
Yeah,
it's like, I wish it was tomorrow where we're gonna hear some juicy shit, and then that comes out, and it's like, oh, thank God, something to get me to tomorrow.
Yeah, that was.
It's. I get it. You can't have players betting on games, but a whole season, considering he was already away from the team and wasn't gonna be coming back.
Yeah.
Was his own team was included in one of the parlays, which there's no way he doesn't have inside information, but to what extent that matters, I think the whole season just sounds.
Yeah, that was my whole thing on it, because if you can't separate, like, yes, we know, like, Steve Mariucci is on doing gambling commercials now, and they're, like, every DraftKings, MGM, whatever is, advertising with the NFL, but if you can't separate the people playing in the NFL shouldn't be gambling on the games, like, I don't know what to say. But to suspend him a whole season for betting on $1,500
with 3 parlays or something like that. Or
I don't know if it was
5
like
3-2
there were
parlays.
just multiple parlays of 3 kinds of 3 and 5 and 8 teamers. The number of actual parlays.
Gotcha.
I don't know. But damn, Calvin Ridley just like me. That's crazy.
We had a sweetheart teaser.
Yeah. But he risked his whole NFL future to bet against Urban Meyer, someone said. Like, yeah, so it's like, I think it was worth it, someone said.
I mean, he starts a betting podcast, he'll probably make that 11 mil back in like a couple months.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Scotty, I think we know your stand. Do you have another one from today? I don't know how you could possibly top Russ.
It's George Payton. I mean, that's the stand. In 2 years, he gets us a franchise quarterback that John Elway couldn't do, and he rights the wrong that John Elway did by not drafting Russell Wilson and drafting Brock Osweiler instead.
I do have a question though. Do you think he was drunk on the call to Seattle?
John Elway? He's not the GM, so maybe.
No, Peyton.
Well, I mean,
Peyton.
Probably not, but I mean,
it seems to be standard operating procedure in Denver.
They do things a certain way in Denver, so probably. We like to get drunk and make trades, but
you always have to have that little buzz because it always hits different in that higher altitude.
Zach, you got one?
Yeah, my stand I guess it's gonna sound weird, but it is a breath of fresh air. I guess you could say is Hamilton. I finally watched Hamilton.
Yeah, that's good.
I had never seen Hamilton before. No, I avoided it, but I was like, oh, history, that's cool. But at the same time, it was like when it came out, nobody would shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah. Is that why you didn't watch it? Because it was too popular?
Well, yeah, and it's a musical too, and I don't really.
Is that why you won't watch You?
No, I watched a couple episodes of the first season and just never got into it with Jenna.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I because I was showing a couple clips to my students when we were getting into like the George Washington's presidency and all that stuff, because a lot of them are into it. And then I was like, oh, these are kind of catchy. I'm going to watch the whole thing. And it's like, it's really good. The guy from, what's that serial killer show on Netflix? Mindhunter. Jonathan Groff is in it. He plays King George III. And he's really, really good. And I really enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Oh, good.
Now I've had the songs stuck in my head.
Yeah, those are my favorite songs, are Jonathan Groff's when he comes out by himself and sings. All right, that's good. Mine is, first off, closer to March Madness. Had a pretty cool. I covered district finals at UC Saturday and Sunday. I had 6 games in 2 days, and it kind of leads into my second stand. But anyway, I was at the end of the third quarter in one of the games. It was close, and I was busting out of I had to pee so bad, sprinted out of my chair, had to pee and get back to the media table in time. And as I go to pee, come out, and I'm just like, this guy's walking to me. I'm like, this guy looks so familiar. I was like, oh my god, it's Bob Huggins. I was like, just walk right past me. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I'm continuing to fast walk towards you're walking to catch a bus. Yeah. And I'm like, this guy's tall as shit walking next to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, that's Patrick Ewing.
Really?
Yeah, Patrick Ewing just walked right past me. They were both there recruiting.
With Patrick Ewing needs it. Georgetown is bad.
He had just lost to Xavier the night before to drop to 0-19 in Big East play or whatever. Ugh. Yeah, so that was cool. It led into March Madness. But then I figure I covered 6 games in 2 days.
St. John's covered against Georgetown, by the way.
I covered 6 games in 2 games. I've earned Cane's on Monday for lunch. Yeah. I grab go in my wallet. There's a Cane's gift card. I'm like, I don't know. Look up the gift card balance. It says invalid. I'm like, oh shit. So I go hey, I don't know how much is on this. And then she swipes it and she's like, oh, you still have $41.19 on it. I'm like, oh, let's go. 50 spot on the Cane's gift card. Pretty good Monday.
Who gave you a $50 Cane's gift card?
Whatever. Couldn't tell you. I think it was my
That's low. That's low. Don't even know who to thank for your 50.
I don't know how long
for a 50 spot.
I'm pretty sure it was my mom, but it was in my wallet, so I don't know. I'm 99 on it, but all right. My bunk is the Super Bowl. I'm still not over it.
Have you've been getting into this sports talk radio and everything?
No,
still
haven't.
Sports media blackout?
No, I still haven't. I haven't watched any sports.
You got the Rodgers news I
haven't watched NFL Network.
By a carrier pigeon.
Yeah, I haven't watched NFL Network. I haven't turned on ESPN.
Trust me, it's over with.
I understand that, but I'm just kind of liking it how I'm living. Yeah. Not really. It sucks, but because I'm not over it. But that's my book. All right. Scotty, is there anything to take away from this week now?
Yeah, my bunk is anyone who doesn't have a franchise quarterback. Because that literally could not fucking be me. It can't be you guys.
It couldn't be me.
It can't be anyone who's literally co-hosting this podcast. Because we smoking that franchise quarterback pack, and it tastes so goddamn fucking good, dude. Go! So
Scotty tweeted a video of him smoking a cigar. How long after that did you die? Because you're notoriously bad at smoking cigars.
Well, I used to inhale cigars. And it actually tasted great. That's why I would get sick.
I responded to that video he sent me, and I said, breaking news, Russell Wilson diagnosed with bone cancer, stepping away from the game to spend time with his family and also future son.
That was funny. That was good.
Zach, you got a bunk?
Yeah, my bunk is being 27 and having a finals week around March Madness. It's like I have to focus on doing this one thing so I can graduate as March Madness is right around the corner.
Yeah, it's like, didn't I do this when I was like 16?
Right. But I'll be done. March 17th is when I really turn the thing in and I get to stop giving a fuck for 5 weeks. Like from then until April 22nd. So it's nice that it's like the first 4 will be going on, is it the first day's on the 17th, right? But I'll have it done by then. But I will be, but that first 4, which is I believe the Wednesday, the Tuesday and Wednesday, is going to be a little rough. Trying to pay attention to that and trying to make my final adjustments and everything. So. But yeah, being 27 and still having to deal with this stuff is
Let's
fucking
see.
annoying.
I got the schedule pulled up. So we're obviously going back to Columbus. We had a fucking awesome time last year. I almost died.
Teddy Bridgewater was a Bronco. I wanted to kill myself.
No, you didn't. You were all in.
Yeah, probably.
Because he's trying to figure out if he can order a Russell Wilson Broncos jersey by the time the March Madness weekend comes up.
Yeah. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week is first 4. And then the first round is Thursday and Friday. That's what sucks is last year it was like Friday, Saturday was the first round, Sunday, Monday, second round. They're not giving us Monday hoops this year.
That's okay. For me, that's okay.
It's okay for me too. I prefer the weekend. Just the weekend. But they give us Thursday hoops, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
They do give you Thursday hoops.
Because I don't go to a place where I can bullshit and just watch games. I have to teach
Thursday's
children,
first
so
4,
I can't.
right? Or no,
No, Thursday is the first round.
Fuck
right.
Yeah. Till the end of Saturday.
Well, you'll have 2 school days then where you can't really watch the games. Thursday and Friday.
Thursday, Thursday will be tough, but I get out at 2:00. So
on Friday.
Thursday.
What about Friday?
Friday, I'm taking that off.
Going straight to Scotty's?
Yep.
Oh. God, yeah.
Samesies.
There you go.
Guess who doesn't work Friday?
Weird.
Ooh.
I know you don't work on Fridays.
You don't work Friday, Scotty?
No, my office has that initiative still. We don't work Fridays.
Yeah, where he's Monday to Thursday.
Ooh, the boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told my guy, I was like, I'm turning this huge thing in on Thursday, and so I'm taking that Friday off because I need to chillax. And he's like, is it basketball? I said, no.
Hey, fellas, should we not put much pressure on it, though? I feel like the Magic last year just kind of happened, right? What if we put so much pressure on it, having it really
good time?
We put
so much pressure on that
sucks?
first round that we spent at the first round of the NFL playoffs that we spent at the book, and it was fucking torturous.
Well, I think
still
it just
time,
depends on what our bets do.
Right, that's true.
That's
The
true.
only thing.
Right,
But we can't recreate. We have to figure let's just go with the flow. Watch some basketball.
But you guys could at least laugh at the fact that I will have a bet on every single game.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
I just don't want people leaving depressed.
Well, no,
Even if
you?
we lose money, I want to feel like that weekend
No,
was
I
just
won't.
fucking.
I'll only
I fully expect to lose money.
I'll only be depressed, and I fully expect to be depressed leaving Sunday hungover.
Right. That's fair.
But here's my thing: is that now if we both go up there Friday, little midday Friday, hell is real, 71.
Yeah.
That's it's like pacing yourself almost. Yeah. I've had 2 alcoholic drinks. They were both with you in the last 3 months since New Year's Day.
I'm not getting that drunk again, but I'm getting drunk.
We'll see what happens. I hope OU's in it.
Oh yeah.
Well, they will be. I think
win the MAC.
Really? They didn't even get in that large.
No.
They didn't get 24
you gotta
wins
win the MAC
or
tournament.
something?
They're the 3
Who's gonna win it? Who's gonna win it? Toledo.
Toledo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toledo's pretty good this year.
Yeah, but OU wouldn't see him till the title game.
Right.
And they don't play. They play Thursday. Okay. All right, our bus draft. I'm excited for next week.
I'm so excited for the Bryant Bulldogs. That's my team.
All right, bus draft. This is the bus draft. You have 1 child actor, 1 movie bust, 2 sports bust, and a business bust.
Okay.
Need to explain any rules?
What's the first one we have?
Child actor.
Yeah. What's the rule on that?
They're a bust.
Yeah, but how does a child? Oh, they turned into a bust.
Their...
I got it. I got you. Okay. Yeah.
Right. They didn't replicate their career, their success as an adult that they had as a child.
Think of it as a one-hit wonder.
Right.
In music.
Yeah.
Since we're not doing music.
Yeah.
All right. I have the first pick, actually.
Okay.
We don't have the results from hungover or
Hangover.
Yeah, hungover draft yet. All right, I have the first pick. Zach, you have the second pick. Scotty has the third pick.
Okay.
All right, for my first pick, since I need two of them, I'll get one out of the way. We'll go to sports and we'll do Jamarcus
Damn
Russell.
it.
Okay.
I mean, there's not much to explain there.
What about
Right.
Achilles
I mean, the guy
Smith, bitch.
Well, now you're just giving away picks
I don't care.
for down the road.
I don't care.
You know better than that.
And it's the first pick of the draft.
What's the matter with you?
There was a legendary story of they
The
gave
DVD
him
disc.
the DVD
yeah.
disc.
If you're a football fan, you've heard all that.
Yeah, it basically just ate his way out of the league.
Yeah.
Didn't he beat the Broncos though, Scotty?
Who?
We get to play him twice at least.
Yeah.
Who?
Jamarcus Russell.
I don't remember that. He can't.
Didn't he beat the
he
Broncos
didn't start
in
that
Denver?
game,
What was that?
so he doesn't get the win.
Oh, okay.
What was that classic? Was that classic shootout against the Chargers, or the Raiders, or the Raiders played the Chargers? That classic shootout where it was like back and forth.
7-18 career record. When was Denver's big collapse, Scotty? Was it 08 or 09?
When they traded away Cutler.
No, when they
09.
should have made the playoffs.
09,
And
that
then,
was the year.
yeah.
It sure was.
Okay.
All right. You want to
Yeah.
pick?
09. He beat the Broncos 20-19.
Yeah.
What a killer!
Threw a tutty with 30 seconds left to Chaz Schillings.
Oh.
Kill yourself. Denver was laying 14. Oh my god.
Hey, move the fuck on.
All right.
All
Zach.
right. Well, if it's going to be a run on these, and I need two of them, I'm going with Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
Taken before Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, and just turning into an absolute criminal garbage person. Yelling at, doing drugs and yelling at reporters and all the stuff you love to see from somebody absolutely going out of their mind. And it could have happened to a better team.
You know what's great is that.
But then they ended up getting Drew Brees because he didn't pan out. So
Yeah. What was that like? Ryan Leaf, he won his first two starts in the NFL.
Yeah.
So he was, he's 2-0 in the NFL, and like thinking life was easy. And then I'm pretty sure it was his third game as a rookie, because the Chargers obviously weren't that great. But he wins his first two starts. His third game as a rookie, they go to Kansas City. They lose 23-7. He was 1 for 15 for 4 yards, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks, and 2 lost fumbles.
Oof.
One of the worst stat lines in the history. So, yeah, Ryan Leaf, obviously, perfect pick. And, yeah, like you said, yelling at reporters and stuff. All right, Scotty.
I'll go draft pick for sports. I'm going to go in 2003 second overall NBA pick, Darko Milicic.
Good pick.
Number 1 overall pick, LeBron James. Darko goes number 2, and then right after him goes Melo to Denver. Right after him goes Dwayne Wade to Miami. Either right after or a couple picks later goes Chris Bosh to Toronto, and Milicic was just not good at all. So that's my number 1 pick. My number 2 pick, I'm going to go child actor. I'm going to go Macaulay Culkin. Home Alone star. Never did anything else.
Like we said, it was recently in Righteous Gemstones, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, he fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, well,
after.
he's married to London Tipton, so.
That's right.
So he did.
What are the other categories here?
Yeah.
Child actor, NFL, or not NFL.
Movies and companies.
Movies, companies, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything on Darko? Number 2. Tough.
Honestly, I hadn't thought about him.
He was the one a non-football I had down.
Yeah. I've got one more non-football down.
Yeah, I could come up with one if I needed.
Right.
Probably, but yeah, that was a great pick. Yeah. And Zach or Scotty had, because he went to the Pistons, right?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. So Scotty's old roommate Doug probably filled in Scotty on that.
Well, they also it's common knowledge that he's.
No, I know, but from firsthand fan knowledge of.
Well, the Pistons won a ship the year after, so they could have built a dynasty with any of the other players that went around him. But he's that big of a bust because obviously they had to fall off because they didn't have a core with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to me, right? I'm gonna go with. Do I have to pick one? The Olsen twins.
Ooh, I say no.
Okay,
I think
all
they
right.
go together.
All right, I'll go with the Olsen twins. I mean, they have a successful career in fashion, but as far as movies goes, their younger sister is tearing it up right now as in Marvel and many other properties as well. But yeah, the elder Olsen twins, I think, is you have Macaulay at 1A. I think they would be at 1B, in my opinion.
What was their big? It was Full House, right?
Yeah, they're on Full House, and
Okay.
then they had a lot of Disney movies that were like pretty popular, like Haley Duff level, like Disney movies.
Was there anything like drugs or whatever they got it like?
Yes.
That would down?
No, they suffered for anorexia, but I don't think drugs was ever really a thing.
Okay.
So I don't know why I laughed at that. Wait,
Yeah, they're on a mental.
That was hilarious.
He was pretty confident. Like, yeah, they had drugs.
I thought they really
One
did.
time I was on
for sure drugs.
I was on a fucking coke bender with Mary-Kate and Ashley.
I thought they
Fucking
definitely
crazy.
didn't. Mary-Kate and Ashley do drugs? I'm asking my fiance. Did they? She doesn't know. What are you using?
I wasn't familiar. I just know that
Lifeline.
they struggled with the body dysmorphia and stuff like that. But maybe
I
they
thought it
did. I
was
mean,
drugs.
cocaine often goes along with that, so could have been
Okay.
unconfirmed.
Okay. Well, I have child actor to myself now, so I can save that till the fifth pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go business. I'll go Quibi.
Quibi, that's a good one. A recent one.
Yeah,
A recent one.
just happened. It was supposed to be like it was supposed to be like a new series, like it was like a Netflix, a new streaming service,
Right.
but they were going to show like, something would have 20 10-minute episodes.
Yeah, or like and they would shoot some of them in like not landscape but portrait.
Yeah.
Where you watch it on your phone like straight up and down.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I want to watch movies like my mom just shot a video on the phone before turning it sideways.
Yeah, and maybe they got a raw deal because like they were gonna do like 20 episodes for a series, but they're only like 10 minutes long because
Right.
we don't sit and watch a lot of stuff, and then they launched like as COVID, and everyone's sitting at home and watching stuff now. But they flopped hard.
I think they rushed to launch because of COVID.
Oh, really?
They're like, let's get this out while everybody's sitting at home, and it didn't end up going well.
So it was founded in August of 2018.
Yeah.
It launched in April of 2020.
Right.
And it dissolved December of 2020.
Right, because they were like, the pandemic happens in March, and then they're like, oh, we need to get this out next month.
Yeah.
Everybody's home.
The interview. They, I think they ended up with like, when they shut down, they had like 250,000 subscribers, which is like nothing.
Right.
Yeah, and so just an awful.
Still created a better streaming app than HBO, though. That's a trash app.
All right.
Good content, trash app.
I'll do a movie. Dumb and Dumber 2?
Yeah, the one without not the re-sequel
Right. The Dumb and Dumber without.
with different actors.
Yes.
Where they're younger.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's my pick.
Okay, good pick. Good pick.
And it's Dumb and Dumber 2, like T.O.
Yeah,
Not T.W.
T.O. Yeah.
I think I maybe watched half of it.
It's not good.
Even I could tell it was a bad movie.
Not good.
'cause I only watched half of it.
Not good.
That was awful.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just the
Okay.
comedy sequels. Just,
Yeah.
All right, Zach.
Mine is Batman versus Superman movie. Bust. Should have been, they rushed to build a cinematic universe to compete with the success of Marvel, and this one just did not pan out. You had a director who had a vision for the movie, and kind of put pressure on him to ramp up the story. Like, we need to get to an Avengers movie in like 2 or 3 movies, whereas Avengers got there in like 5 or 6, and it's just, you could say that, you could say Batman vs Superman, you could say Justice League. Both of them, I think, you look at the Rotten Tomato scores, both of them were horrible. And in terms of, they made their budget back, which means they lost money on the marketing. Yeah, that's my pick.
Scotty, thoughts on Batman vs Superman? Because when you made your Darko Milicic pick, you just said, that's my pick, here's my second pick, without getting into it. So anything on Zach's Batman vs Superman?
That's untrue because you kind of didn't listen. I explained the entire draft of who went before him and who went after him, and that's why it's obvious why.
It's true.
Well, you're supposed to open it up to conversation.
Is that not like a clear cut?
No, because you said like, here's who went after him. That's my first pick, and now my second pick is Macaulay Culkin. That's why I had to
I
re-return
just don't know what you
to
want
it.
from me. You know, I
just want you to. I just want you to, make the pod good.
Oh, well,
again.
Well,
It's a great thing to do. Great conversation for on air.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, next time Russell Wilson gets traded to the Broncos, I need you to be more hyped for me.
Well, someone had to be the antagonist in that.
Did you? Did you have
Shelby
to?
Shelby saw the
been
trailer.
nice.
Was like, God damn it! Not like now I have to be a dick about it. I knew it. I guess.
I think he just loves watching you suffer.
No, I just came in and was like, oh, okay, go ahead.
I'm going to go with Achilles Smith, and here's my reasoning. Fuck you, Shelby. The Bengals, before they got hit with Joe Burrow, they got hit with Achilles Smith, who another LSU quarterback who, right? No, Oregon quarterback.
No, since your pick, you should know where he went to college.
Yeah, he went to Oregon. Oregon quarterback who sucked dick in the NFL, was garbage with the Bengals. They were convinced he was going to. They turned down the same offer the Bengals did to draft Achilles Smith that Mike Ditka gave the.
What article are you reading off of?
No, who did they get? Who did he give it the? I don't know. He gave
Ricky
to draft
Williams.
Ricky Williams. He gave the entire draft for the Saints away to get Ricky Williams. And
yeah, Bengals had a chance. It could have been them.
Could have been them, and instead they drafted Achilles Smith, who sucked dick. They also passed on Champ Bailey.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a huge draft bust. So Achilles Smith. Hey,
great pick.
podcast. Any thoughts,
bad.
Shelby?
I got plenty of them. He was so bad,
Go ahead, buddy.
but he was just so bad. He won, I think, one game his rookie year. I think he threw more interceptions than touchdowns.
How old were you?
Throughout
Like
his
4 or
entire career.
5?
I was 4.
Okay.
Damn, you
And
must remember that shit.
I think he only won one. Like, he was supposed to open up the new stadium, be like the face of the franchise, and he won one game as a starter at home his entire career, and that was against the Broncos. And Corey Dillon set the rushing record.
God damn it!
Nice.
All right,
Nice.
your second pick.
You guys watch
Don't
Pam and
explain
Tommy?
this one though. No.
Yeah, I do.
Barbed Wire is my pick.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Yeah. Everyone was, or at least I don't know how everyone was viewing it, but it's a cultural pick now. Barbed Wire was the movie that Pamela Anderson, her first big feature film that was like advertised heavily, and
Topical.
3.4 out of 10. My favorite review on IMDb, my favorite fucking review was Pamela Anderson has big tits, give us your money and then go home.
Oh my god,
Nice.
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Are you caught up on that, Scotty?
I am.
Pam and Tommy. Okay, I'm one episode down. All right, Zach.
My company is Circuit City.
Oh yeah,
I was
remember that.
I was thinking between Radio Shack and Circuit City.
Give
there
away
are
picks.
there are some Radio Shacks that are still open. Sorry.
Doesn't mean they're not a bust.
Sorry, that's true.
Right.
But yeah, Circuit City, just having popped up in I believe in the '80s when people were going crazy with build your own computer at home.
Yeah.
And that craze, the DIY stuff, and then just online shopping. Amazon just came in and just fucked them. Like a lot of companies held on until like the late 2000s or early 2010s that were put out of business by Amazon, but they went like 2006 or 7. They fell early and hard and fast. I remember that one that was over by the Dayton Mall. I think that place is like a Moore's Home Furnishers now or some shit, but it might be the strip club that's over there. I don't even remember. But
Like by Guitar World.
Here?
Guitar
At
Center?
Guitar World?
Guitar Center.
Yeah.
Gee, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. But they used to have like the worst commercials on TV too. But yeah.
Okay.
Circuit City. That's
Nice.
my pick. I mean, have you guys ever been to Circuit City before?
I don't remember if I did.
You've been too young to go. So you would have been dragged there. Like we need to get a new cable for the VCR or something, and so Dad's gonna be pissed taking me there. Like it's gonna be that's the stop on the way home after you just spent an hour at Home Depot, and you're ultra pissed.
Well, Circuit City now has they're like back.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. When I was trying to Google like where was the last Circuit City, like I don't know why that interests me, like the last ones to close down,
right?
Like the whole Blockbuster.
Oh, giving away picks!
Damn it!
God damn it! No, that's actually my fucking pick, you piece of shit.
All right, so Scotty's
still on the board.
All right, that's okay.
But no one else has it.
I probably assumed that was my the first brand that I thought of for companies, but. Now that we've all gotten a business out of the way, it says they're back. Radio Shack, Circuit City, and Toys R Us are back in new retail formats. This was June of 2019.
Oh.
And I'm on Circuit City's website now.
Right before the pandemic.
Yeah,
let's come back. Pandemic.
Well, it's not too bad of a time if everyone's at home getting stimmy money.
I guess.
All right.
I guess if you're only selling online, then you're fine.
Yeah.
If you can sell MacBooks,
I'm going to go with
whatever.
Tony...
Right.
Tony Mandarich is my other athlete.
Is that the guy whose dad beat the shit out of him?
No.
Who went to USC?
It sounds just like that guy's name.
Who is that guy?
Marinovic.
Okay.
Who knows who Tony Mandarich is? A real one to do. Anyway,
sounds like a Raiders quarterback.
He was a lineman.
Oh, okay. For
but
who?
The Packers. He was on Sports Illustrated. It's hilarious to look back now. He was on Sports Illustrated like a memorable historical cover. With his shirt off, his nickname was the Incredible Bulk. But he was 6'6", 315, and now, like, Neil for Alabama is 6'7", 370, and he looks better than this guy did. But Tony Mandarich was supposed to be, like, the Sports Center magazine, it says the best offensive lineman prospect ever. He went second in the draft behind Troy Aikman, and then 3 Hall of Famers right after him, Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas, Deion Sanders. So, wow. Tony Mandarich, top 5 pick, 1 non-Hall of Famer, it was him.
The thing that always makes a bust better is when, like, absolute stellar people go around them. Like, it's one thing to have, like, an entire first, or, like, what was that?
Like, the Packers trading up to get Jordan Love when T. Higgins was right there.
Yeah. Who could forget?
Classic. Yeah. Or taking Mitch Trubisky as with a number 2 pick and Mahomes is
John
Watson
Ross over Mahomes.
Yeah.
John Ross 1 pick.
Well, John Ross still has the fastest 40 time ever, so can you blame him?
Okay, and then my child actor is Haley Joel Osment.
That was the last one on my list?
Yeah. Easy one, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he's as an adult, he's been in some good stuff, but it's all like indie movie stuff. It's not, Sixth Sense. The kid from Sixth Sense.
Yeah. I See Dead People.
Yeah, and he was in Secondhand Lions.
Okay.
Spoilers.
He sees dead people. All right, Zach, you now have Mr. Irrelevant because Scotty has Blockbuster.
Mr. Irrelevant. Okay, what do I need still? Another movie?
You need a business.
Another business. Okay, I'm going.
No, you don't. You just did Circuit City.
Right.
You need sport. Sorry.
Another athlete?
Yes.
I thought I picked 2.
No, you picked Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf, Olsen Twins, Batman, Superman, Circuit City.
Okay. All right. It's Mr. Irrelevant, and this is one that's
Lamar?
been weighing on my mind lately. It's going to sound stupid to you guys, but it is a Ravens first round draft bust. It's not Brashad Perriman. It's Matt Elam. This guy was
Is he an all-time
Alabama
bust, though, or is this just you?
Well, yes, he is an all-time bust.
We have breaking news.
Not an all-time bust. What do you mean by all-time bust?
Breaking news.
Like
Seahawks have informed 8-time All-Pro and Pro Bowl linebacker Bobby Wagner that they are releasing him.
Wow.
That's actually
that guy from the Titans signed a deal.
Who?
The defender. Harold Landry, 5-year, $87.5 million.
I did see that was the other I didn't seem like I really wanted to announce that.
I was gonna say because Matt Elam was Alabama guy. It seems like the Ravens couldn't miss on Alabama guys, even up until
year was he
my
drafted?
boy the year after it was after the he was the number 1 pick. Yeah, he was the number 1 pick after the Super Bowl.
So he's the 32nd overall pick.
Yeah,
and he's an all-time bust.
Well, look. You asked for a Mr. Irrelevant, and I said this is the one that's been weighing on my mind as a bust lately. This is the pick that I made. Okay, he didn't even start. He played like Most games he ever played this season is like 12.
If we're doing teams, I would have said
and he's
Paxton
first round
Lynch.
pick.
Yeah, like John Ross.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying, he's the guy I wrote on my list.
No, I respect that you went with someone personal instead of like Vince Young or Matt Lyon.
I didn't want to hem and haw because it was the last one left on my list, and I didn't want to hem and haw and be like, oh, let me Google this real quick. I was like, Matty,
Joey
because
Harrington.
I was
Yeah, honorable mentions.
Jonna Carter.
Yeah, I mean, I could have gone
Dan
with Kwame Brown. Right, that would have been
Bennett from
pick.
the Cavs.
Vernon Golston. How about that
Bennett,
Aaron
Andrew
Curry?
Bennett.
Remember that Aaron Curry pick for the Seahawks? Thought he was good.
Greg Odom. Who was the guy taken before Michael Jordan?
Anthony, did you guys say Anthony Bennett yet?
No, Sam Bowie.
Sam Bowie.
Yeah, the guy from the Celtics who died, Len Bias.
Damn.
He didn't do anything.
That's true.
His heart bust.
Damn. My heart bust when I saw Johnny Manziel do drugs and become a bust.
Oh yeah, Johnny Manziel.
Yeah,
Johnny Manziel.
I wish he would have been good somewhere else.
Right.
Bo Jackson, but for the Bucks.
You called, who's that?
Did you say Bo Jackson?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
John Elway, but for the Colts.
Yeah.
Trent Richardson.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Matt Leinart, I guess.
Matt Leinart. Josh Rosen.
Right?
Christian Laettner.
Yeah. Josh Rosen, definitely a bust. How many mistakes before me? 11 mistakes before me.
No, 7.
You said Joey Harrington, right?
8.
Ooh.
Oh,
He got
8.
picked 9.
That guy from Tennessee. He got drafted by Tennessee. He played at Washington. Jake Locker.
Dude, I watched the game where Jake Locker became.
I thought he was the
when he
truth.
beat the Chargers.
I thought.
Hey, can I explain my blockbuster pick?
I did too.
Really good.
Do you guys like?
Yeah.
So you guys, I thought you guys were gonna give me shit. They're like, oh, but they were like a real good brand before they went out of business.
There's still one left.
No, I agree.
But so was Circuit City.
Like they were a good. Right. No,
They could have.
I think it's a great pick.
And they could have survived if they had just adapted to the Netflix model because they had more money, way more money than Netflix, and they could have just been like, well, we're just going to do what they
Netflix
do.
offered
The
them.
best-
Didn't do it until like 2012.
To like
Yeah.
merch.
Scotty, the best story ever was
could've-
they offered eBay. They offered Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And
Hey, buy us,
Buy us
please.
out.
Blockbuster said in an interview, like, Netflix is throwing everything but the kitchen
said that
sink
they basically
at us.
laughed.
And the owner of Blockbuster...
Yeah.
No, the owner of Blockbuster said in an interview, like, Netflix is throwing everything but the kitchen sink at us. And then he said the next morning I woke up and there was a kitchen sink at my front door.
I have a movie bust.
Okay.
Emoji Movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Or that one with
shit.
the fucking video game one with Adam Sandler.
Oh, God.
What?
8-bit, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
or I can't even remember what it's called.
Zach, you might be... Was Suicide Squad a bust?
The first one.
Okay.
I think so. But probably
and then-
not. Some people like it for some reason.
Also,
Right.
I was gonna pick this one because this one was
Jared
I
Leto
actually
stands.
went to the movie.
It sucked.
I went to the movie, watched it, and was disappointed. Was the live action Lion King?
Oh, yeah.
It did not.
I still haven't watched
that
that.
was
did not work.
Still,
sucked.
it wasn't that good. I went to a drive-in and watched it. It was hot.
You could say
as
that it
fuck.
killed that
I was rooting for Scar at some of that.
it killed that. Well, the voice actors were great. It was just I don't know what it was because it killed that resurgence of Disney like making live action. It's not really live action, but really good looking, realistic animation movies. And like they made a couple of them because they did. They did what's the one, the Mowgli and the Jungle Book. They did that one and it was really good.
Yeah.
And then they did this and they're like, we're gonna do all these other ones, and it was awful. And we're like, oh, we're not gonna do this.
Yeah.
Have you
Let's
guys
go
seen
back to
Cruella?
No.
That came after Lion King, and that's fucking good. That movie's great.
Right, but
Emma
that's like
Stone?
actually like live action.
Yeah. They
What?
they picked
Oh,
the
you
wrong
mean like
one
live
with
action, like
Yeah.
with animals and like CGI?
Yeah,
Like,
they couldn't do it with the Lion King.
With
It
Lion
was-
King,
it
it's
was
like
bad.
and Jungle Book was like fake live action.
You couldn't tell
Yeah,
they were
right.
talking. It was so bad.
Yeah,
Oh. All right, is that our show?
that's our show.
All right.
Russell Wilson.
Alright, here we go. There's a little place where the sun sleeps late and pulls himself a shot of tequila. It's a little place called Pleasure Island. That's where I I'd like to feel ya. It's easy to find just beyond the last wave, where the dolphins and whales are up mating. Sail all day and all night and then take a hard ride. That's where I'll be awaiting. Pleasure Island, island of pleasure. No need to stop and think. Pleasure Island, a beautiful treasure.